should the Indianapolis Colts and Chris Ballard risk it all to try and develop this crazy monster of a prospect in Anthony Richardson? We just saw his combine performance. He ran a 4.44. He broke the record for vertical jump for quarterbacks. Everything was just insane, and he ran a 4.4 at 6'4" and like 240 some pounds. Yeah, that is insane. A 4.4 at that size is incredible. So, first off, right off the bat, let me get it straightened out that he is not going to be ready day one. And he is a high risk, high reward. He's either going to be phenomenal, great, the best quarterback in this class, or he's going to flop. But I believe if there's a team that can really coach him the right way, that can bring some knowledge to him and get a chance to sit down and learn from someone, I think the Colts have that. You have Shane Steichen, who was a quarterback / offensive coordinator, mostly quarterback coach for the Chargers, and Justin Herbert's rookie year helped coach him, get him up to date. And then he brought the best out of Jalen Hurts, so Nick Sirianni didn't really bring the best out of him. The offense wasn't really looking as good. And the moment Shane Steichen showed up, the Eagles' offense turned to switch, and the offense was just really good the rest of the year, the rest of the way. That wasn't this past year. It was the year before, the year prior, when the Eagles got blown out by the Bucs in the playoffs. But, man, if there's a quarterback to go all in on, and if there's a quarterback that can be a generational talent that you could develop, it's this guy. As I've said, his ceiling, his sky is the limit. The sky is the limit for this kid. But, the floor is there, and it's a scary one. It's very high risk, very high reward. And then you look at the veteran quarterback, whether we keep Matt Ryan, he's not great now. He's not good now. But he's smart. He knows the game. He has experience. He can't really teach him in the way that Anthony Richardson plays. That's where I think Marcus Mariota comes in. I'm not kidding. I kind of like Marcus Mariota to the Colts in a way. I think he would be a fantastic mentor for Anthony Richardson, and he's also a great leader. He could teach Anthony Richardson. He could help Anthony Richardson, while Shane Steichen, on the other hand, is coaching him up. He could sit a year. But the thing is, that makes me question it, is, does Chris Ballard take a chance on a guy like this? Will he take a chance on a guy like this? Should he? Yes. Will he? It's hard to tell. Because, he's on the hot seat. But I think if you go and get Anthony Richardson, I think Jim Irsay stays patient. I think he stays patient regardless. I don't think this is Chris Ballard's last year unless it's like a 1-15 or we don't win. I think it's going to take that type of circumstances to get Chris Ballard out of town. Emotions have ran high in the past. Chris Ballard, I want to see what he can do when he has a legit chance, a legit opportunity to build around a championship caliber talent, a championship caliber player at the most important position in football. This kid can run. He has a cannon. You watch some of the throws he made in the combine. You're like, holy shazam. Really, though. One throw went from like the 9-yard line to like the 30-yard line. Yeah. Now, when there's no defense, none of that going on, that makes a huge difference. It really does, because you see kickers making kicks from, in practice, like the 60 plus, or just practicing crazy distances. Adam Vinatieri made a 74-yarder, not in practice, in practice. That shows you, when you're in a game, everything changes. The dynamic of everything changes. So, is Chris Ballard willing to be patient? Yes. Chris Ballard's a patient guy. Chris Ballard said in his presser, all of these guys need to learn. All of them need to develop. And he's also going, people are very quick to run these guys out of town. It's year 1 or 2, it's year 2 or 3, and they're being ran out, which, at this day and age, teams are impatient, and they want to find the guy as quick as possible. They want to find the guy just like that. They don't want to wait. They're going to spend a high draft pick on you, like 1 to 5, 1 to 10. It's amplified. It's amplified even more. So, Anthony Richardson will either save Chris Ballard's job or get him fired. But I think we have the necessary tools. We have the necessary people in place to coach him up and give him a real shot at this thing. Now, Chris Ballard also mentioned in the presser, talking about, you guys are going to see a new flavor quarterback. You guys are, it's good to have that guy that can play from the pocket. And, you watch from some of Anthony Richardson's tape, for how athletic and fast he is, running isn't his first option. He wants to make that play from the pocket. He wants to throw the ball. Now, doesn't mean that he's great at it. He's inconsistent, and he's raw. His mechanics are raw. That's why it's going to take a little while for him to adjust. But look at Josh Allen. Josh Allen took him quite a while. Took him quite a bit to really blossom to what he's become. Now, granted, I don't think Josh Allen is going to have as long as a career as Patrick Mahomes. I don't think he's going to make it that long. I don't think he's going to have that much longevity the way he runs, the way he plays. He goes for the contact. Richardson doesn't really go for it like that. Now, I'm not saying Richardson's going to be Allen. No, I'm just making the comparison to, that you need to give quarterbacks a chance. You need to give them time. Sometimes it takes until year 2 or 3. Trevor Lawrence, he was trash the first year. He was trash. Trash he was. Second year, better. His third year, looking all right. Still inconsistent, but probably a top 10 to 12 quarterback in my eyes this past year, absolutely. So, the Colts have to go take a chance. And, the weapons that the Colts have, too, they're not bad. They are not bad weapons at all. Now, if Campbell leaves, who do we really have after number 3? Yeah, Pittman had a down year, but I feel like if you give these guys a guy that can read the field a little better, could Anthony Richardson really read the field insanely? No, he's going to have to learn through experience, but he did sit a little while in college. He started in college for like a year. I think he had some kind of injury. I don't remember what it was, but point is, you have to take a shot. You can't be scared. If there's a guy that is raw, that has incredible generational tools, he's a generational athlete, generational quarterbacking skills, it's going to take some coaching. It's not even guaranteed. No one's guaranteed. Everyone needs to be developed. Everyone does. As Chris Ballard said, every single quarterback, every player has to go through some form of development. Bryce Young's going to have to develop. C.J. Stroud's going to have to develop. Will Levis is going to have to develop. Tanner McKee, Hendon Hooker. Hayner, the guy from Fresno. Clayton Tune. I'm not high on Clayton Tune. He, it doesn't matter who it is. The point is they need to be developed. And Chris Ballard said he's willing to be patient. So, come away from that presser. In this combine performance, the Colts have their eyes set on Anthony Richardson. Now, I got really close to moving Anthony Richardson to 2 on my quarterback list. I know. Overreaction, right? I think I overreacted a little bit from the combine. I think I still am. But it's just, you don't see many quarterbacks coming around with this type of physical ability. You have to take the chance. You have to take the shot. He's like as big as Cam Newton, yet he runs so much faster. He's a much faster 40. He could be better than Cam Newton. He's not a run-first guy. Yeah, C.J. Stroud is everyone calls him the safe option. He's not. No one's safe. There's no such thing as a safe pick in any draft. At any position. No such thing as safe. No such thing. C.J. Stroud, if anything, he's the most bizarre quarterback prospect. In that Georgia game, he played really well. And all the weaknesses that that you see in tape prior to the Georgia game, they became strengths. Question is, why couldn't he do that against lesser talents? Programs with much less talent. Why couldn't he have done that? He was when you watch the film, he's bad under pressure. Anticipation is he has good accuracy. His accuracy is phenomenal. And to go back to some of the throws he made at the combine, Richardson overthrew one. Stroud did too. They both did. Bryce Young didn't throw. He's going to throw at his pro day. Just soon. So, you guys let me know what you think. Do you think Chris Ballard, do you think the Colts are going to risk it all? Or do you think they're going to risk it for the biscuit, man? I'm 100% on board with risking it for Anthony Richardson. Let him play. Give him 2 or 3 years. If he's not working, kick the can. Start over. I'd rather fail at trying to get an amazing QB than have him go somewhere else and be phenomenal. So, you guys let me know what you think. Thank you for tuning into the JDW Sports Talk Show. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to like, subscribe, put the post notification bell on so you don't miss any future videos. Thank you for tuning in to the JDW Sports Talk Show. As I said, if you enjoyed, I don't know why I just said that twice, but that's all I got for you today. Give me your thoughts on Anthony Richardson. Do you think Chris Ballard has his eyes set on Florida's generational athlete as a quarterback? You have all the tools that you could work with. Got to get it up here. And as Shane Steichen said, he can. He thinks it's possible to fix accuracy. So maybe thinking about Anthony Richardson. Because his accuracy isn't great. But, all right, that's enough. This is JDW Sports Talk Show, signing off.